Hello, dear ones. On the request of a person that I appreciate very much, I do this video that I made in German. It's a bit different then, but I'll also make it in English because it looks like it's really needed. Because what I'm noticing is that in these times that we're living, and that I would say almost everybody, but maybe it's actually even everybody, is having difficulties with the situation that we're in. And I've noticed through that many people have the tendency to just stay with the negative, to see all that they cannot or are not allowed to, and they forget everything they still can. And I would like very much to talk with you about everything we still can, so that we shift our way of thinking and that our vibrations get higher again, because it makes us feel better and it makes the whole entire world feel better. The whole collective consciousness will vibrationally rise, and that's important, especially now. So think, here we are. You can still go outside. Every morning you can really be happy, because every morning you still wake up and you still have a body that more or less functions. At least it didn't get worse than yesterday. And isn't it just wonderful that every morning the sun still comes up? And it's very wonderful that nature still goes on. It's still spring, and everything is starting to blossom. Everything is starting to get flowers. All of a sudden there's an explosion of flowers, like this sea of flowers. And yes, as it's not a very sunny day here today, actually it's very, very cloudy, they're not totally open. That is their way to protect themselves, to be a little bit inwards. Something we can learn from. Yet, they still show their beauty. Like we must still show our beauty. Not also in a situation like this, more especially in a situation like this. Talking to your loved ones is something you can, and it's something that gives joy. You can still communicate. Because even if it might not be your favorite media, even if internet is not what you like best, but now it's wonderful that it's there, because it allows us to communicate with many people, and you still can. And you can still enjoy the flowers. Here the sage is in flower, and look, it's an enormously big plant that shapes in like a heart. And it's a healing plant, and it still grows. And it's still wonderful. And you can still enjoy your pets. Caress them. Observe them. Find them funny. Or not. But they're still there. You can still enjoy their company and watch them And then if it happens that you're very sad and all of a sudden you let your hair hang down, then look what it happens when you let your head hang down. There's all kinds of lovely, wonderful little flowers to discover. This is metaphorically, because sometimes you let your head hang down and there's no flowers where you look at. But there can be other things that all of a sudden you see that you hadn't seen before. The little wonders of life. Because the wonders of life are still there, look. You see the blue ones? Do you see there's even forget-me-nots? It's not a lot of them, but it's right there, in the middle. Everything still goes on. It's not that really anything has stopped. It's just that we need to see another way of thinking. Because look, there's still a view that I can enjoy. And I'm sure that wherever you go, there's always something to see that you can enjoy. And in most of the countries where you live, you can go for walks. You can enjoy nature. You can even go with your loved ones. That's different here in Spain. We're not allowed to go out at all. And we're certainly not allowed to go out with somebody. We have to do everything on our own. So enjoy that you still can. And yet, I do enjoy the fact that I can connect with whomever I like to connect. Even with the ones that I don't like, I can still set things right that need to be said right. And I still enjoy the sound of the birds, even while I'm talking to you now. And then we can all still do shopping. We can still buy food, and even buy the food that we like. And we can eat what we like, because most things are still available. And if you're living in a country where it rains a lot, you might not really like the rain. And yet, when it's been 2 weeks of no rain and only been sunny, you're glad that it rains again. Because everything has gotten so dry. And the privilege, if there's something or somebody that you can help, somebody that needs you, and you're the one that can provide the support, isn't that a privilege? That's something you can. Not everybody can give support. If you can give support, that's fantastic. Or if you are in need, and you actually can get help and receive that help. Because there's many, many people that are living in this world that need help and support, and they don't get it. So dear ones, then there is something really, really important that I would like you to remember. Each of us had the choice to come into this world or not. That we're here now, in this time, has been our conscious choice. This choice has been made before we came to Earth. We made it, let's call it in the world of spirits, in the world before and after death, before we were born, after death. And we've chosen to be here now. It's nobody else's fault. So that means that we knew that this was going to happen. Because we've chosen the circumstances and the place to come to Earth as to learn something that is important for our own development. And at the same time, we came here to give something. to give something to this world. Something that might be unexpected. Something maybe that has never been given before. Something maybe almost invisible and yet very precious. Like, for example, this little orchidea. It looks like little bees, its flowers. It's something one would almost not see. Yet, when one looks at it, it's gorgeous. Well, maybe you came to do something like that. That you don't even realize at this very moment that you look so beautiful in that, what you're doing and what you're giving the world. But that it is that beautiful when it comes to flower. Because here it is already come to flower. Here is one that is in its stage to develop its flowers. It's not so visible yet, but yet it will be. So you are in development. And whatever you have to give in this time that we are living is precious, is beautiful. And because of it, the world becomes a richer place. So do realize it's been your choice, and it's been a good choice, because you've got something to give. But also realize it's been a good choice because there's still a lot to learn. Let's learn together, and let's enjoy that we actually can. Because there's so much still that we can. With lots of love from Ria.